Hey, what's up everybody? Today is an awesome day because I have a new kit in the studio. This is a professional kit from Pearl from the 90s. This is the Prestige Session Select. And these drums are super awesome, amazing hardware, amazing shells. But today's even more awesome because I just got my Sweetwater order in of the new drum heads that I am putting on this drum set. And so today I wanted to take a minute to talk about drum heads. I used to play Remo all the time, and while Remo has great products and they do create great drum heads, I tried Remo, Aquarian, Attack, Evans, and put all these different drum heads to the test, and I never really besides just starting to play Evans drum heads, I never really addressed why Evans drum heads are my favorite drum heads. And so I wanted to talk about it for a minute, showcase the new heads on this kit, and kind of explain, because I get questions all the time, like what drum heads do you recommend? What head should I put on this kit? This snare drum, what should I put on your igniter snare? And so I wanted to take a minute and just talk about that. And so today, this drum set is getting my very favorite set of drum heads, and that is the Evans UV2 on the batter side of the toms, the Evans G1 Clear on the resonant side of the toms. And that combination is what I would recommend to pretty much anybody who's like, hey, what drum head should I get? Now, there's some other alternatives like the EC2s that have tone control rings on them. You've also got like for the snare drum, my favorite snare head ever is the HD Dry. It's got little tiny holes poked in it around the outside that kind of dries up the tone a little bit, removes some of those overtones you might be dealing with. And at the end of the day, the two main reasons that I chose Evans drum heads over the other competitors out there and the other drum heads that I've used is because I believe Evans are the easiest to tune, which I'm decent at tuning, but I'm not amazing at tuning. And I feel like a lot of you guys out there maybe aren't the best at tuning because it's not an easy thing. Like, I've met people who can tune drums so precise, so amazingly. That's not me. I want my drums to tune up easily and sound great without a lot of effort because I'm not a tuning connoisseur. And that's what these drum heads do. Every single one of the Evans drum heads that I tried tuned easier to a better sound, faster, and with less knowledge and effort than the other competitors that I tried. And so that's a huge thing for me, especially with a lot of drummers that watch my videos that are not, super advanced drummers. Like, some of you guys are just starting out. Some of you are newer drummers and you might not have a lot of tuning knowledge yet. And so to have drum heads that help you out, that's a big thing. Now, as far as sound goes, durability goes, I would say Evans' sound and durability is right there with the other guys, if not a little bit better. I think if you know what you're doing, a lot of different drum heads can sound really good, but these drum heads in particular, these Evans drum heads that I use, I think I get the best sound out of my drums with them. Now, the other side of why I love Evans and why I was so happy to choose them as the drum head that I wanted to endorse and be an artist for, because the backstory was I had never signed an artist contract. I just played what it is that I loved and showed it off. And I played a lot of Remo drum heads, and there's a lot of great Remo drum heads out there. But when it came time to signing a contract and saying, like, this is the brand I believe in, for sure, contractually too, I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing. And so I tried out all the different drum heads, tested so many of them over the course of over like a year or two. And Evans is the one that I was happy with. And so the other side of that is Evans actually has a reward system too. And so this reward system allows you to put in codes when you buy the drum heads and earn free drum heads or earn free other gear that they offer. And so it's really, really cool. It's also like the whole Diodario company. So like if you're a guitarist and a drummer, you can put in your string rewards, and you can put in your drum head rewards, and you can use those points for more gear, which at the end of the day, that brings the value up and the cost down to you as a consumer. And so if they have the easiest tunability, incredible durability and tone, and the lowest cost, I think that is a win-win-win. And so today this kit is getting all new Evans UV2s on the top. These drum heads are like space age technology, and this is a large portion of why I was like so impressed right away with Evans, because these UV2s, it's so cool. They like the coating is baked on with ultraviolet light. And so what that does is it increases the durability, it increases the tone. I think it's like, it almost makes it a little bit of a coated drum head with a slight bit of a clear feel, which it's hard to describe that, but it doesn't feel exactly like your traditional coated drum head. And so because of that, I used to play clear drum heads, but I also like coated drum heads. This, I feel like, is the happy medium that I love the feel of them, I love the tone of them, and I have not found a single drum that this does not sound amazing on. The G1 clears are, your traditional resonant head, and that's what I put on all the toms here. Then the snare drum got Evans' new Snare Tune-Up Kit, and so Evans offers this kit that comes with a batter head, a resonant head, new snare wires, cleaning cloth, lubricant for your lugs. It comes with metal polish to clean the snare drum up. It comes with a pair of sticks. I mean, it comes with EQ pods, which are these little red things that you can add to your drum to control tone, which I really love those as well. Super impressive. I think that out of all the tonal control that I've tried, these have been the most impressive so far as well. So once again, Evans knocked it out of the park with that. And the reason that this kit is getting new heads, and another thing I wanted to discuss in this video, is the fact that at the end of the day, drum heads do wear out. And so if you aren't really familiar with that, you don't realize the benefits of changing your drum heads, you can understand, I want you to understand that like even your resonant heads, like over time, will get dirty, they might get dented, they might get damaged to where they aren't producing the same tone. And so if you have a drum set with heads that have been on there forever, you're gonna experience a huge increase in tone and sound with proper tuning, which these are the easier drum heads to tune if you replace your top and bottom heads. And so that's why this kit, despite the fact that it sounded pretty good with the heads from the 90s that I got the kit with, it sounds even better with these new heads, which I absolutely love. And so today we are going to change all the heads, and we're going to use this. This is the Revolution Firefly dynamic tuning device. And so it's basically a silent ratcheting drum key that you can tighten and loosen with, and you can do these tiny little fine movements instead of having to turn the key all the way around or take it off and adjust it, especially when you're in tight places. Like you can get in between tom arms and you can just do these quick little adjustments to tighten things. It speeds up the process, and that's what I'm going to use to change the drum heads on this kit here, and it's going to be awesome. So let's change some drum heads and see how amazing this kit sounds with a brand new set of Evans UV2s, G1 clears, snare drum tune-up kit with the UV1 on the snare drum and a UV EMAD on the kick. So let's go. that right there is an argument for changing your drum heads. There's so much more tone. It just, like, these drums are singing now, and I love the way that they sound with these UV2 heads on it. And one thing that I really truly believe 100% is that the Evans heads are the easiest to tune. I tried many different brands, and although other brands do make good drum heads and you can get great sound out of other types of drum heads, I always felt like the Evans heads were easiest to tune. And for someone like me who I feel like I'm decent at tuning, but I don't think I'm really good at tuning. And so it's great that the drum heads do some of the work for me and make it easier for me to get a great sound out of these drums. And I believe for a lot of the people watching my videos, tuning might not be your forte either. It might not be the easiest thing for you. And so that's why I really recommend Evans drum heads. And I think the UV2s, in my opinion, are my favorite drum head. And I really believe that they are drum heads that sound really great on every single kit. I have not found a kit that I have not loved the sound of the UV2s on yet. So links in the description to go get these amazing drum heads, the amazing Revolution Firefly drum key at Sweetwater. You can get EQ pods. You can get all sorts of awesome things at Sweetwater. Links are in the description. Amazing customer service awaits, and some more drumming awaits me. Here we go.